Anyway, Nobody Like You. How do we write that?
Ain't nobody like you. Oh, even if I search the stars, nobody like you.
We were in the studio with our producer, Geek Boy, award-winning producer, amazing, gets millions of streams, he's incredible. We also call him Al, because that's his name, so we don't call him Geek Boy. You're right, Geek Boy, we don't call him that, we call him Al. So we're there with him, we're making the beat. We're like, oh, you know what, I'm not feeling this beat. So we go through the archives, and we find this old beat. It's called the Neo Soul beat, and I'm like, Sammy loves Neo Soul.
Great name.
We should use this beat. And so we start writing melodies for it. We start kind of putting stuff down. And you know what? Most of it was pretty trash, not gonna lie. So we ended up not using pretty much any of that.
In the middle, I don't know if you remember,
Go on.
between you guys like starting that beat, we wrote Faith. So we wrote Faith, released Faith, and then we went back to the Neo Soul beat.
That's
like
so
in
funny.
October.
I forgot that.
How mad is that?
That is mad.
Yeah.
We went back to it, and then what we normally do, we stick on a voice recorder because creative inspiration takes over, and then but you get a lot of nonsense in there as well.
I thought like your feet were like the toughest part of your body. They didn't let anything in.
Nah, you just got crusty feet in it.
Got crusty feet.
Most guys have crusty feet.
But then we got some key melodies in there, and we came up with the hook that way, didn't we? So,
Yeah. So like one of the things for us is every single time we go into schools, and we do Q&A at the end of our like sessions to give kids like an opportunity to ask us questions. Everyone always asks like, how much money do you have? When did you become a band? Why do you do music? And we were like, let's put it in a song. So we sat down and we'd like started writing. Well, no. I think we should probably just like stop and pray and figure out what we're gonna make the song about. And we were like, oh, why don't we answer that question in a song? And so we started thinking like around like, at first it was like nothing like you. There's nothing like you. I don't know. Maybe it should be like nobody like you. And we're like, yeah. We all like nobody like you. Cool. So why is there nobody like Jesus? And then we started answering around like, why do we travel and do all these different things? And that's how we landed on like, I'll go around the whole globe. I'll do a couple tours. I'll do a couple shows.
So I've been around the whole world, but I ain't never found anyone like you.
But we all start with the hook, don't we? Because once we got the hook, Nobody Like You, we're like, okay, now we can base it all around that. So it's a good place to start.
So we like played around with like all the different places that we've been, traveling, like telling people about Jesus. Bangalore on Ben's gap year. I went to Cape Town on my gap year. And then we've traveled all over the UK, so we wanted to get some places in there. Do you remember we were like, should we put like, we wanted to like not sound like we're saying like we're famous and have like this like flashy lifestyle. So we're like, oh, it would be funny to like put like Scarborough in there or like
to put Withenshaw in.
And then we put Withenshaw in.
Something that sings.
Cape Town, Scarborough.
Withenshaw. Cape Town, Withenshaw. Yeah?
Because we're going to do like this big massive festival in Withenshaw on the 1st and 3rd of July, Festival Manchester. So we were like, oh, it'd be cool to like throw Withenshaw in there.
Because the thing with that is as well, because you can make it sound all glamorous and really great, but we're literally talking about touchdown Withenshaw, sleeping on planes and corridors.
Smelly floors. Smelly's not a good word, is it, for this?
You say hostel floors, like youth hostels or whatever? Or sleeping in corridors.
Oh, I like corridors.
I remember this time when I was doing this youth group, like it was like a bit of a tour, but it was a funny time. I slept in a corridor the whole night, and these kids they did not want to go to sleep, and they just kept coming out and like laughing and switching the light on and off. But like this work that we do, it's not always glamorous. There's highs like of us being on stage and we go on planes, but then there's like super lows of like hard times as well. So like I think it's important to say that as well, of like, you know what, it's not always just like up here, like it has its seasons.
It's not always glamorous, but for us it's like we'll go anywhere where we're allowed to go and tell like young people about Jesus. He's completely and utterly changed our lives. And like even in your bars where you break it down, I do this for the kids.
But basically, there's nobody like Jesus. That's what the song's about. If you want it in a paragraph or a sentence, there's nobody like you, Jesus. Okay, that's what the song's about.
Amazing. Yeah, so that's how we wrote Nobody Like You. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss anything that's going on. We love you guys and see you soon.